Reconnecting with a partner after separation requires patience, understanding, and a willingness to rebuild trust and intimacy. The goal is to create a stronger foundation for the relationship while addressing the issues that led to the separation. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things to consider when you reconnect after a separation, when you reconnect with your partner after you've separated for a while. Okay, let's get straight into it, shall we? Number 1, open and honest communication. Yes, I wrote here that the first step to reconnecting is to establish open and transparent communication. Both partners should feel free to express their feelings, concerns, and expectations without fear of judgment or criticism. The level of communication requires honesty about what went wrong, what has changed, and what each person hopes for in the future. Okay? Things have changed. You guys were separated for a while or for God knows how long. Things are not the same. Things are not the same as before. Things have changed. Okay, so you need to reconnect. You need to be open and have honest conversations, honest communications. Like, okay, these are the things that have changed. These are the things that I do now, or these are the things that you do now, right? You need to establish all of these things first before you can think of, okay, let's proceed, or okay, we now trust each other now. It doesn't work that way. It's slow and steady, one day at a time, one issue at a time, one conversation at a time. Okay? Clear communication sets the tone for rebuilding trust and understanding. Number 2, address and resolve past issues. There was a reason or something led to the separation, right? And it cannot just go like that. You can't just sweep things under the carpet. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, some people be like, oh, let us not talk about it. Let's move on. No. For you to reconnect with your spouse after a separation or after a fight, you need to address the issue. You need to resolve past issues. You really need to talk about it. Yeah, that's the communication part, the first point. The second point, right? You need to address it. You need to resolve it. To move forward, it is essential to address the root causes of the separation. Discuss what led to the breakup in the relationship, whether it was a lack of trust, unresolved conflict, unmet needs, or emotional disconnection. Both partners should be able to take responsibility for their roles and show genuine commitment to working through these issues, right? You need to talk about it. You need to take responsibility. Okay, I was the one that did this. I'm sorry I did that. I was selfish. I didn't put you in my plans. I was always thinking about myself. I'm sorry for always yelling, for not communicating well. Take responsibility. Accept responsibility and decide that you want to do better, because of course that's why both of you are together. And again, you can speak to a counselor, talk to a counselor about the issue. Yeah, we were separated, we love each other, we want to come back together, so these were the issues that made us separate. How do we resolve it? Resolving past issues will help clear emotional baggage and prevent the same problems from resurfacing, because you've talked about it, because you now understand that, okay, these are the issues. This was why we separated in the first place. When we resolve it, I know that I'm not supposed to be selfish again. I'm not supposed to yell at my spouse again, right? When it's time for conversation, I know that I need to drop my phone. I need to speak to you. I need to, you have resolved the issue. Number 3, you need to rebuild trust gradually. Trust is often damaged during a separation, and rebuilding it requires consistent effort and time. Start by keeping promises, being reliable, and showing transparency in actions and words. You cannot say something and you are doing the opposite. No. If you want to regain trust, you want to rebuild the trust, you have to be a better person. You have to be a new person. You have to change. I need to see that the person that I separated from, is now a better person. I mean, that's why we are coming together again, that we realize that, okay, I think both of us now have sense. And then we need to make this work. So to rebuild this trust, it's a gradual process. To rebuild the trust is a gradual process, right? You need to be reliable. You need to be trustworthy. You can't tell me something and I'm second guessing you. You need to be an open book. You need to avoid secrecy. Exactly. I wrote it here. You need to avoid secrecy or behavior that may trigger suspicion or insecurity in your partner. Small acts of honesty and openness, such as sharing your thoughts, being consistent, and showing empathy, gradually rebuild trust. You cannot be secretive anymore. Maybe it was secrecy that made us to separate in the first place. So imagine us coming back now and then you're still secretive. Go bossy. It's not, but yeah, everybody should be going. You get my point, right? Understand that trust cannot be rushed. It needs to be earned through daily actions that show commitment and respect, one day at a time. You can't just say, okay, forgive me now and let's move on. Yes, I've forgiven you. Of course, that's why we are back again. But I need to take my time. I need to see that you have changed. Your partner needs to see that you have changed, for them to see that, okay, coming back was not a mistake. Number 4, you need to spend quality time together. After a separation, couples often need to relearn how to enjoy each other's company and reconnect on a personal level. Prioritize quality time by engaging in activities that you both enjoy, such as going for a walk, seeing a movie, cooking together, painting together, skydiving, what have you. Those hobbies, you need to come back and do them again. Just reconnect. Spending time together will make those emotions spark again. Like, okay, this was the person I fell in love with. You are laughing, you are carefree, you are not rigid, you are not keeping to yourself. Spend time together. This will reignite the love, reignite the trust, help both of you to feel comfortable in each other's arms, because we've been separated for a while, right? It can't just work like that. You can't just be touching your partner and say like, okay, let's do this thing, or no, it can't work. You need to rebuild. You need to take it one at a time. You need to, do things that will make both of you comfortable again. Number 5, set clear boundaries and expectations. Reconnecting after a separation requires setting clear boundaries and expectations for the relationship moving forward. Discuss what each partner needs to feel secure, valued, and supported. Establish boundaries that promote mutual respect and prevent previous issues from reoccurring. Exactly. You need to set boundaries and expectations. Let's say, for instance, you were cheating before and then we both separated. Now that he or she is trying to reconnect back, what led to the separation initially must not happen again. You must set boundaries. Like, okay, I don't want you to speak with this person again. I don't want you to have a relationship with this person again. I don't even want both of you to be in the same space, right? You set boundaries. And maybe you're using enduring words for your friends or for your colleagues before that led to the separation. You must set boundaries. When somebody is trying to be too nice to you or being close to you and you realize that, this closeness is already leading to somewhere, set boundaries. Hey, you cannot be using those words for me. You cannot be calling me those names. You cannot be touching me like that. Set boundaries. Let the person know. Let the other person know that you are married, right? And you too, you need to be serious with your relationship if you really want that relationship to stand the test of time again, right? Because both of you are coming back after a separation. So you need to come correct. You need to be serious. You need to take things seriously. Whatever he says he does not want, you need to stand by it. Whatever she says she does not want, you need to stand by it. Else, you're gonna separate again, and that's not what we are praying for. After coming back, your partner needs to feel safe and comfortable for them to open up again, for them to feel like themselves again, for them to feel, okay, this is it. This is my spouse or this is my partner, right? They need to feel that spark again. So you need to do everything within your power to ensure that they feel comfortable. Doing all these things that I've listed with patience and mutual respect will help couples to reconnect after a separation. That brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope that you do not let your relationship get to the point whereby you guys get to separate. So you start implementing all of these things, right? And if you're separated and you're back together, or you're thinking about coming back together, try all of these things. They will help your relationship. And please, you that you're watching this video, do well to share with a couple or with a friend who is going through a separation at the moment. I made a video on the things my late father taught me about marriage. You should watch it here. It's going to help your relationship. It's going to help your marriage a whole lot. My name is Damilola Glovio. I help couples enjoy marriage. I'll see you in my next video.